Hey guys, what's up? Uh, I was trying to make a video today, and it is not going well. I'm tired, had a long day. I get home, walk all five of my dogs. I sit down I do some other stuff I had to do. And then I sit down to try to make a video, and I edit it with this app that I just downloaded called CapCut. And it turns out that they sneak a watermark in at the end of the video. So I make this whole video, edit it, and now there's a freaking watermark at the end of it. You want some money, homie? Is that what's up? I just deleted it. Bye. Anyway, so I um, wanted to be an illustrator. I didn't know when I decided this career path was what I was going to try to do. I didn't know that that's what it was called. I was just like, here's what happened. I was in art class, right, in high school. And you know how like everybody in high school is always trying to get you to figure out what you want to be when you grow up. So I was sitting in art class and I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. I, but I like to draw. So I was like, yeah, I'll just be an artist. I'll just do that. And hopefully I'll make money and I'll be able to live. Which has not been going well. But anyway, so I decide that I want to be an artist, right? My art teacher is really supportive. She was great. I took her classes like I took just about every class she was doing. Like I took art history. I took like basic art. I think there was like a more advanced art class. I did all of it. And she was good. She was a good teacher. But so anyway, I get out of high school. I graduate, and I was born in 1990. So I graduated. I was supposed to graduate in 2009. I think I graduated in 2010. I think that's how it happened. I skipped a year. I didn't skip a year. What ended up happening was I dropped out because I ran away from home. Kind of. It's a long story, but I ended up having to go back for it's. I'm not going to get into it anyway. So around that time, everybody was telling you that you have to draw digitally. You don't want to do traditional because it's slower, it's messy, it's an actual physical thing that you have to like get to the client somehow. Digital is just like industry standard, right? That's what everybody told me. So I got a job at Walmart, right, for a bit. I had this manager that used to call me boy. Um, and whatever, dude. And so I I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so I save up like $100 to go buy Photoshop, right, at like Office Depot, and it's like Photoshop 9, I think, is what I got. And dude, that took forever to learn how to use, like the user interface and everything, and like how your screen might be different than other people's screens, the settings and all, and you have to have everything right. It's, oh my god, I was so much more comfortable with just paint on canvas or paper. I had to get this freaking drawing pad, and if you know these cheap drawing pads, it's like you're drawing on the drawing pad over here, but you're looking at the monitor over here. You're not drawing on the drawing. You're drawing on the pad and looking at where the cursor is on the screen, and that freaked me out. I was like, dude, what is this crap? I'm never going to be able to do this. I got to where I can kind of sort of do it. Um, I'm not the best artist that there ever has been or anything. I'm like not really that great, to be real, but I started looking for work. At the time, I was still calling myself an artist. I hadn't figured out that what I really wanted to do was illustration. I wanted to illustrate books and make book covers and do card art. Me and all my friends in high school, not all my friends, but most, we were able to get most of my friends into this. We would used to, we always played the World of Warcraft trading card game. And if you don't know what that is, it's a trading card game, you know, like kind of like baseball cards or something, but they have pictures drawn by these really good illustrators and they're cool looking. And there's rules, like each card does a different thing and you can collect them and trade them with your friends, and you build a deck of cards, like a 60 card deck of cards. I'm not going to get in how all that works and stuff. I might make another video about that one day because I really loved that game. But a lot of people know what like Magic the Gathering is. World of Warcraft, in my opinion, the trading card game ran smoother than Magic the Gathering. Um, and then they discontinued the World of Warcraft card game to do Hearthstone, which, in my opinion, the World of Warcraft trading card game, the original one, was also better than Hearthstone. But Hearthstone's fine. It's all right. But it's like a video game, like that you play like on a computer or on a tablet or on your phone. I think you can play it on your phone now. Um, but so it's not like paper cards. It's like digital stuff. Anyway, uh, I wanted to do that. I thought that the illustrators that did the paintings for these cards were just like, they were like rock stars to me. I love these dudes. They were so cool. And I wanted to be like them. But so years go by, you know, I'm trying to like sell paintings or something, which never, I think I sold like a few paintings in my whole life. Um and I was looking for like freelance work, right? But YouTube around this time was starting to blow up and get big, right? And I started finding some of these illustrators I looked up to on YouTube. Like some of them were starting YouTube channels and stuff. And you know, people that worked in the tabletop games industry and the video game industry and the industry, you know, a lot of these people were starting to talk about what they do and stuff on YouTube, and it seemed like they were all saying like, um, with the card art, uh, you kind of have to have a day job too, because it doesn't really pay you enough to live. I think off the top of my head, I don't remember, but I think that it was like you get like working for Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast. I think you get like a month or 3 months or something to make a painting, and because they want it to be really good, so they give you plenty of time. But they don't really pay you enough to live, so you kind of either have to have other freelance art jobs on the side, or you have to have a day job. Now, a lot of these illustrators do have other art jobs on the side. Like some of them do comic books, some of them do, you know, like uh, stuff for Pathfinder or um, Dungeons and Dragons or other tabletops that you know, or like Warhammer, a lot of tabletop stuff, or video games and stuff like that. Or what I was starting to realize is a lot of them were kind of trying to get away from it, is what it seemed like to me. They were trying to like make their own IP and kind of get out of the industry. And the more I looked into this and the more I kind of got a feel for what was actually going on, the more I started to realize that like a lot of these people are saying like the hours a lot of times for like 3D modelers and concept artists and people that are working in the industry, making textures or whatever, a lot of the hours are just abusive, and a lot of the management's just abusive, and a lot of people are trying to get out of it. It was my dream to get into it, and now I'm realizing, at this point in my life, oh God, like I don't want anything to do with that. I ain't gonna touch that crap with a 10-foot pole. So, I decided I'll just make my own IP and just skip that. Like I just won't go into the industry at all. I'll just start doing my own IP like these other guys are doing or trying to do. And I started trying to find freelance work and stuff like that, but my portfolio was never really that great. To be real, I need to make a proper portfolio one day if I'm ever gonna. But to be real, like I would be looking around at all these job postings and stuff on like Upwork or Fiverr or whatever, and like I don't really want to work on most of that stuff anyway. Like it's just not interesting to me. So I I mean, like maybe if I found a job that I was interested in, like a project that I would want to actually work on, then maybe. But that just hasn't happened yet. I almost got like a children's book job one time making a children's book, but they wanted a sample image. Okay, here's the thing about sample images, okay? If you ever want to hire a artist to do something for you, don't ask them to do a sample image unless you're going to pay them more because or unless you're going to pay for it because I don't think that you really understand what you're asking. That's like this dude is probably going to spend like 8 to 16 hours working on this sample image for you, and they're not getting paid for it. That's kind of not cool, dude. So what you do, that's what the portfolio is for. You look at their portfolio, they'll send you one, you look at it, and if you like the stuff in it, then that's how you decide how you're going to hire someone. Or you can go and look at their entire body of work probably somewhere if they have it posted anywhere. Which would give you a much better idea than because usually a portfolio is only like 10 pieces or something. If you look at their entire body of work, you'll get a really good grasp of like what this dude does. Don't ask for a sample image. That's messed up. I made the sample image and I sent it. And to be real, I didn't get the job. It wasn't that great. The sample image sucked. But I did do. I worked hard on it. It just sucked. Um. So I almost got this job doing this other thing. This dude wanted me to draw like dogs or something. He was going to put them on posters and sell them. I underbid this job a lot, like hard, and he still thought it was too much money. So I was like, "Oh my god, just whatever." Um. Anyway, so I decided I wanted to make my own IP. Probably, like that's probably the best course of action for me to take. With the knowing what I know, and then AI happened right a few years ago. Uh, well, not a few years ago. Like we've had AI for a long time. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but like that's how video games work and stuff. There's AI in like everything. But now we have AI that can draw pictures and really pretty well. Like it's come a long way since first got popular. It used to be like it couldn't do hands and a lot of the faces would be messed up and stuff. It just wasn't doing very well with a lot of things. But it's gotten a lot better, to be real. And a lot of the artists were freaking out. They were like, "Oh no, AI! It's going to take our jobs." And honestly, it has taken a lot of jobs. Um, I kind of like it. I use it for references. If you're an artist, it's like it's so hard to find good references. You spend so much time looking for references, and you got to be careful not to use anything that's copyrighted. You don't want to like steal or plagiarize or any of that crap. But I've been using AI image or AI generated images as references, which has worked out pretty well so far. I don't know how the copyright works with different AI image generators and all that. I don't think that anybody does, to be real. It's kind of a new technology. I think we're all kind of figuring it out as we go. Um, but anyway, that's kind of how I got to this point in my career. And if you want to support me and my dogs, you can like and subscribe, I guess, if that's your thing, or dislike it if you didn't like this, and comment and tell me how dumb I am or whatever, or how messy my freaking house is. Um, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Is that everything I wanted to say? I think it is. I guess I'll talk to you all later. Bye.